Hello folks, Arthur Dunga here and welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing a Cooper's Stout. We've got all our gear ready, so let's crack on and get this beer made. Right then, like I was saying, we've got our Cooper's Stout here. I got this kit in a deal a few days back, and this one, it come down in price to £10, so I thought I'll have a go at that. I also got the Brewing 2 from Cooper's. This had come down in price from £6 something to £4, so I thought I've never tried it and I'll give it a go. If you're not familiar with this, it does say Cooper's Brewing 2 enhances flavour, mouthfeel and head retention. Great for use with any beer style where a fuller, maltier flavour is preferred, and I believe it's got light spray malt in it, dextrose. What else have we got? Temperature, so brew between 21 and 27 degrees. The alcohol that it puts into the kit should be 4.5 for 1 kilogram. Yeah, this is a kilogram. Intended to be used instead of white sugar, and we've got a bit of bump here and there. So that's that. So we've also got some Wilco brewing sugar. I want to stick with the Demerara for this one because it is a stout and I do like the flavour of Demerara. We've got some pure honey, 500 grams, I want that in there. But what I'm going to do is first, let's put a bit of Star San in here. Now unfortunately I will be turning my back a little bit to the camera here and there. I don't like doing it, but sometimes you have to, unfortunately. Right, Star San's in there. I've not put a lot in because we've only got about an inch of water, but let's have a little slurp. Keep the old vocal cords going. Right. That's in. Let's put that in. Let's have that in. Is that it? I think that is it. Okay. Let's give that a little swish. Okay, lovely jubbly. While we're waiting for that, there's a couple of things I want to do. I want 80 grams of that Demerara because I want to use it as a primer. Okay, I want to use it as a primer when we're bottling it. I could use carbonation drops, but because we're using the Demerara in the fermenting process, I think it's a good idea to prime it with the same. Okay, that is bang on 80 grams. I'll put that to one side because, like I say, I'll be using that at a later stage. What else do we need? How much sugar we got? Okay, that's a bang on 180 grams. Do you know what? I'm not going to use the brewing sugar. I'm going to use the Demerara. That ain't right. Okay, there's 340 grams. So with that, that'll bring that up to 840 grams of the honey and demerara sugar, and I think I'll be quite happy with that. So let's get these out of the way. Let's get Cooper's Stout out, and what's it say? Mix, brew, bottle and enjoy. Okay, simple enough. Right then. Lift here and tear. Now this is my first Cooper's beer, this is. I've never had Cooper's before, but I've heard good things about them. Yeah, it's a fight to get that yeast out of there. Cooper's Brewing yeast, 7 grams, add to brew as per instructions. Regency Park, South Australia. Okay. And I think we'll use the Cooper's stuff. Sorry, the Cooper's yeast, I should say. Right. Let's get that in there. I want some hot water. Is this label going to come up? Happy days. Come on. Come on. How hard is it to get a label off? What's going on? Mind you, it's easier than the Wilco ones, I'll give it that. No two ways about it, because that one is a bloody nightmare. The instructions are on the inside. Okay. Don't really need them, it's basically a brewing kit, so let's stick with what we know and we'll carry on with that method. But what I want to do is, I want to get this into our hot water in the sink. That way it'll soften up our malt inside here and make it a hell of a lot easier to get in our fermenter. Right, fill that up a little bit more. Let's get this brewing answer open. Okay. Makes a little handy box for the rubbish. Lovely jubbly. Okay, it's very powdery. Does put me in mind of a very light spray malt. I don't know if you can see this. Very light spray malt and brewing sugar consistency. Okay. That's that. Let's get our honey open, and this honey is 100% pure honey, basically. Nothing special about it, it's just your bog standard honey, I suppose. Right, that's there. Don't need the jug at this point, that is doing. Right then. What I want to do is, I want to leave this Star-San and give it a few more minutes and a little bit of a mix-up, and then we'll put all of our ingredients in there. We'll obviously need 6 pints of hot water, and we'll take it from there, folks. So I'll catch you in a second. So we've got everything sanitised now, so let's start getting all this lot in our fermenter. So we'll start with our demerara sugar. Now, I've got 3 pints of water in there out of the kettle, so let's try and get this in and get it dissolving. That is dissolving extremely quickly, and it does smell quite nice, the demerara sugar, I do like that. Okay, lovely jubbly. Next will be our honey. Oh. Get the jar off, a little bit tough. Look at that. That is beautiful. Now what I'll do is, I'm going to put some hot water in this jar once it stops dribbling out to get all of the honey out of here. So, just gonna fill that up. The rest will go in there. That brings that up to 4 litres. Right, just gonna give this a little shake. and get all the excess honey out of there. Sorry, not 4 litres, 4 pints. That brings that up to. Let's give that a loving stir. Oh, that honey does smell nice, especially with that sugar. I'm hoping out of this to get a porter stock type stout out of this, because a porter is light malt, which we're obviously putting in with the Cooper's beer kit too, the beer enhancer too, sorry. Obviously the stout, and a few caramel type notes with the honey and the sweetness of the demerara as well as the honey. So that's what I'm going for really with this one. Next we'll put in our Cooper's malt. Oh yeah, I love it, love the malt. It smells beautiful. Jet black, absolutely fantastic. Right, let's get that lot into the can. I'm going to top that up, which will bring that up to the 6 pint mark, because those tins carry, well, they'll hold roughly two pints. So let's get our malt in. As per usual, we're unsticking it all from the bottom because that's where it'll cling to. Also putting a nice bit of oxygen into there, aerating the beer. And that smells, it does smell quite caramelly, that does. Very, very mild caramel, that is. You see now, people do the porters with chocolate and that, but I'm not a fan of chocolate and I'm not a fan of coffee. So I want to try and steer clear of those type of flavours because I'm not a big fan of them in any way. I'm going to give my tin a little stir. Okay. Close the lid back on that. So we're putting in the Cooper's Beer Enhancer 2. Give that a stir as we go in, help it along because this stuff will clump up, I would have thought. Yeah. Okay, let's get all of that good stuff out of there. Whew, bit powdery. Let's get it to one side. Give it a very, very vigorous good stir. And it's not clumping up as much as the spray malt usually does. But with the hot water, that'll get rid of that pretty quick anyway, so it's neither here nor there. Right. While we're here, let's get our tin open. Give it a last stir. Because I want that extra 2 pints of water in there. Let that swish around for a second. Okay, this is starting to look and smell exceptionally good. I think what I want to do for our next one is, if I can get my hands on one, a Christmas type of beer, because we're coming up to August now, and by the time Christmas comes around, that should be ready. Right, let's get that lot in there. And do we have a nice clean tin? We do. Perfecto mundo. Okay. Good rigorous stir now, I think. Get all of this lot mixed in. Look at that. I'll tell you what, this looks and smells brilliant. I know I keep saying it, but I am quite impressed with this Cooper's kit so far. Proof will be in the pudding though when we have a little taste of it in the near future. Okay, I think I'm going to give this a good stir. I'm going to get our water ready to put in there, because we'll be putting in the usual, which is a still natural spring water. So while I'm stirring that, folks, I'll be back in a second. Okay then, everything is in our fermenter, the whole kit and caboodle. I've been giving it a right good stir now. It's got plenty of oxygen in there. We've got a nice foamy head, so I think it's time to get a bit of our water in. So let's crack this open. That's it. And we want to go to the 23 litre mark with this, but I think I'm going to do it so it's a little bit stronger, and I think I might just bring it down to 22 litres, because while it ferments we're going to lose half a litre anyway, so that should bring it up to 21.5 litres, I think. I think we might give that a go. So let's get this lot stirred in. The beer enhancer and everything has mixed in. We've got no clumps or anything like that whatsoever. Okay. Right. I'm going to get this up and fill it to where I want it now. That is still quite warm, that is, so I want some nice cold water in here. And we'll be back very soon. Okay then, we've now got our water in. The temperature has come down really nice. It's on 24, 26 degrees. I've had a bit of a change of heart and I've put it at the 21 litre mark. Once this is fermented, I think we should be at the 20.5 litres, around about that figure anyway. So I've given it a good stir. It's got a lovely head on it, very nice. I'm going to get a bit of beer in here, get a hydrometer reading. Okay, normally takes 3 of these. And there we go. Okay, let's get all the bubbles off our hydrometer. Give it a little spin, get it away from that edge because it's stuck to it. Bloody hell, this is going to be high, this is. Okay, we've got a few bubbles lurking, but this looks to me like it's... Stop that waggling a little bit. Say for 1.062 or maybe a bit higher. I can't see with them bubbles. I'm gonna leave that for a minute. I want the temperature of this to come down, so I'm going to cool this a little bit, and I think we'll then be ready to pitch our yeast. So let's have a nice little Arthur Dunga slurp. Because I need it, because it's a roasting hot day again. Right then, 2 things now. Cool this, wait for the bubbles to dissipate on there so we can get a hydrometer reading, and we'll be back to pitch the yeast and finish up, folks, I think. Okay then, so we've now got our temperature down. We are on a steady 22 degrees Celsius, which I'm quite happy with. Our hydrometer reading, that is coming in 1.064, is it? No, 1.066 our hydrometer reading is coming in. This smells ever so caramelly, this does. It smells really nice. It don't smell like a traditional stout, you know, that bitterness and the full-on stout flavour smell. It does smell quite caramelly, and I'm thinking that that's the mixture of the Demerara sugar as well as the honey. So I think we're going to pitch this yeast after I've had another slur. Right then. Like I say, hydrometer, that's sorted. It's actually, do you know what? Let's have a little taste of it. Cheers, folks. Very mild. Oh, that is coffee. That tastes a hell of a lot like very strong coffee. Very slight bitterness, but the coffee flavour in that is coming out a hell of a lot. Right, I'm going to move the camera and we'll pitch this yeast, folks. Right then, not the best camera angle in the world, but here we are. We've got our Cooper's yeast, 7 grams. Never used a kit yeast, to be quite honest with you, but I want to give the Cooper's one a go, as it's supposed to be quite good. That's all of that in there. Let's give it a loving stir. Not too rough with it. Let's just get it into the brew. And hopefully within the next day that will start bubbling away nicely. Right, we've got the majority of that off our spoon. Let's try and work it round the side a bit. Okay, and that full on yeast smell comes in straight away as soon as you pitch that. Okay then, job's a good one. So that is it for this kit. Let's get our lid on. And we'll stick our airlock in. This has all been sanitised, our airlock has. Now I'm going to fill it with a bit of Starsa. Okay, lovely juggler. And we are done, folks. So that has been our Cooper's Stout. 500 grams of honey. We've put in the beer kit 2, the beer enhancer by Cooper's. We've also put in a bit of demerara sugar, and that is smelling nice. It's just above 20.5 litres, that is, and our temperature is 22 degrees Celsius. So I think this has been a great kit. It smells lovely, it tastes really nice, and I can't wait for this one to come out. So I think that's it for this episode, folks. I've been Arthur Dunga for this episode anyway, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, come back, because I try to do new videos every week. If I can do more, I do more. But that's it for this one, folks. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next episode.